It's going to distract from the video.
The gloves?
Yeah.
No, they're really nice. Keep them on. Keep them on. Tell him how nice his gloves are.
They're a Christmas present, and I haven't had a chance to wear them on video yet.
They're really nice.
So I thought...
You're not wearing the hat that matches them, though?
No, that got destroyed.
Who, by?
Primate.
Still, gloves on. Do the AJ Styles. Great stuff. Let's go.
Hey everyone, it's Jack and Adam from WhatCultureAgain.com.
WhatCultureAgain.com.
That's not the URL of our website. It's us from WhatCulture, and guess what? It's time for the second weekly instalment of questions you most want answered. Are you ready? Are you excited?
Ding, ding.
That's WTF Moments theme.
Bum, 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 bum.
That's Fast Count's theme. Ups and Downs is the worst of the three. So the first question comes from @moom a potato 02.
Moom a potato.
Moom MOOLM a potato 02.
A potato.
I think that means he was born in 2002 as well, which is disgusting.
No, please. What's he asking?
Oh, right, yeah. What's the best non-Rumble match in the history of the Royal Rumble event?
Easy peasy. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit for the WWE Championship at Royal Rumble 2003?
Not so, say I.
Bakwa?
There's a few, I think, that qualify.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'm going to name 3 now.
Go on then.
Cactus Jack versus Triple H.
That's a very good match indeed. That's the match that got me into wrestling.
Shame. If you want sheer sort of brutality, but it is quite uncomfortable to watch now, Mankind versus The Rock.
I can't really watch it anymore.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? It's nasty. But the other one I was going to say was 2050 in the Triple Threat. Lesnar, Rollins and Cena.
Gosh.
That's a really good one.
My rush to answer has made me seem quite unknowledgeable about wrestling.
Oh, no, I'm sure you are.
I also really like, when it comes to like mid-card matches, the ladder match, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit. It's fantastic.
Yeah, ooh, uncomfortable again.
Yeah, well,
dive in
that
here by
dive
Ched
into
Shot.
the but yeah, there's a whole host. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, Last Man Standing.
Bit wanky.
Well, it ends in a draw and it's way too long, but it's pretty cool.
Bit of a wank fest for the old DX, wasn't it? Wanky. One final idea. Bob Holly versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So,
Punk Ziggler. An actual, like, it, because the Rumble, way back when, it used to be like, because everyone cares about the Rumble match, that
these
sells
are making
the
me
pay-per-view.
really camp, sorry, I'm like going like, ooh.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with it, it's just, they've given me a new personality. Sorry, Punk Ziggler.
And you don't like it?
I just feel a bit cheekier, it's weird. You know, when you speak different languages, you get like, apparently if you speak a different language, your personality changes slightly when you're talking that language.
Oh, okay.
And I'm more of a cheeky Spaniard than I am an Englishman.
You're a cheeky Spaniard.
Well, that's what, whenever I go to Spain with a group, which has happened twice, I think, I'm one of the more... I'm one of the ones who
Get
has to...
cheekier on holiday.
Just in Spain, or in Spanish-speaking countries. I'm one of the ones who has to... What? I'm one of the ones who has to, in the group, because I did GCSE Spanish, so I've got very rudimentary Spanish abilities. So
rudimentary
Spanish abilities, and not rude, just cheeky Spanish abilities. And like, we were in like the queue for a nightclub once, and I was like, "Es divertido?" to the bouncer, be like, "Is it fun?" And he was like,
is that cheeky?
And he was just like, see, like he just didn't like.
Si.
No, he just.
Mi petit señor. Allez-vous?
Do you know any Spanish?
No.
Okay. Or like...
I did German.
Dos cervezas, por favor. Hey, phone up the beers.
What's the next question?
Dan Bonington says, who's the best wrestler never to win? I'm going to change it, I think, to WWE wrestler never to win the WWE Championship. Because best wrestler, you could say like anyone in New Japan at the minute.
Yeah.
So best WWE wrestler, former or current, to never win the WWE Championship.
Say Mr. Perfect?
I was going to say Perfect. DiBiase, maybe?
Well, he did win it briefly.
No,
well, he was given it. No, visually. He's a really good character. Don't know if it's like best wrestler. Jake Roberts, maybe?
Maybe. I genuinely think there's quite a few these days who you could argue. So, like, already I think Zayn and Owens are good enough to have won it at some point.
Yep, absolutely.
But they've not, you know?
No.
Wyatt?
I think you see, like, because though that's all, like, potential stuff for the future, whereas this feels like a question, like, set in the past. Like,
Okay,
good
alright,
past
yeah.
wrestlers.
Goldberg, I guess.
I
Razor
guess.
Ramon.
Razor's a good shout.
Razor Ramon.
Went for it at the Royal Rumble,
Good match, that.
1993.
Was it a good match? I can't remember. I
Probably.
don't know if I've seen it even. I should watch that.
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart's a good one. Who do you think, guys?
Let us know in the comments.
But don't be mean.
Why would they be mean? You're taking your gloves off now.
They're mean anyway, man. At Scouse Harry. I thought it was Scouse Harry at first, so I'm going to read it in a Scouse accent. How can anyone possibly eliminate the Big Show from the Royal Rumble? Now, this is a question that's asked every year, but he always gets eliminated.
He does.
Should we take a look at some of his eliminations and try and decipher how?
Sure. Which one's first?
When he won. When
When he won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. When he threw The Rock out,
He did.
and then The Rock's feet hit the floor, but he held the ropes down.
The Rock's feet bounced off the floor, which was great.
No, it wasn't. It was a mistake. It was an error.
The best elimination of the Big Show was when he and Mark Henry were eliminated single-handedly by R-Truth.
At the same time, yeah. 2010. I often wax lyrical about the 2010 Rumble, but that is a...
It's weird. Do you remember in 2001 where he came back and like everyone was like, what? What? He came in, chokeslammed everyone, The Rock eliminated him immediately.
Oh, it was like a clothesline.
Yeah.
It turns out you
he did
can't...
a spit thing and then he clotheslined.
It turns out you can't eliminate the Big Show by doing the move that you would do on anyone to eliminate them.
Roman Reigns, of course, won the hearts and minds of the crowd by eliminating him and Kane in one go. Good.
Who's going to eliminate him this year? Strowman.
Big Show?
After Raw.
I reckon someone. I was going to say I reckon someone comically small, because I put in mind that it would be a group effort, but Tyler Bate.
Right.
But if they are grooming him for Shaq, it'll probably have to be someone big like Goldberg or Brock.
Strowman. Or big as in stature-wise. As in
Stro-
rep-wise.
Strowman would be good, but Strowman eliminated him last year.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh.
Badly. Like he got himself caught in the ropes, and then
God.
like Strowman had to kind of prise him. It was
Yeah.
awkward.
A lot of times when someone goes over the top rope, especially tall people, they get their head caught under the bottom rope as they go like.
Oh, I
over
hate it
and
when that
stuff.
happens.
Oh,
It's
it happens quite a lot.
only thing that tarnishes Undertaker's elimination by Maven is the fact he goes over.
He does.
And catches
He
his
goes.
head.
Oh.
And it's just like, oh, if that hadn't happened. Never mind. Who's next?
Mick Furlong 11. What's your favourite underrated match that never gets a mention? Just anything. There'd be more of an open question.
I guess it's not underrated, but you don't talk about it as much because it wasn't on a pay-per-view. But Michaels versus Cena on Raw, the one that lasted pretty much an hour.
Yeah, that's
It's
really
amazing.
good. I've got one that I do really like the match. I think it's really good, but I've never heard anyone else mention it really. So Fully Loaded 2000 is a great pay-per-view. Really good.
With the Iron Man.
No, it's Judgment Day.
That's with Chris Benoit versus The Rock.
Yeah.
isn't it?
And I think maybe Triple H Jericho wasn't. No, that wasn't that. That was SummerSlam. But anyway, Fully Loaded 2000. I'm gonna get the card up.
Okay.
But anyway, the match that I'm talking about is the opening match of the main show, and it's a 6-man intergender tag match. It's like Test, Albert, and Trish against Lita and the Hardys, and it's waxer, as Ross would say. It's really good. Test is balling out of his mind in that match. He's like just slamming fools. It's my shit, that match. It is. That match is, it's my jam.
Well, when you talk about Royal Rumbles, one of the best tag matches I've ever seen, and it was one of the first ones I saw properly, like when I was a fan.
Yeah.
Was it Royal Rumble 2001? Opening match. While we're talking about opening matches, Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys.
Oh yeah.
Really good. Really good.
Now I've got sorry, I'm taking it back now I've ruined your momentum.
Take it back.
So we've got a really good pre-show, Fully Loaded 2000. It's generally an underrated pay-per-view. It's really good. 2000 was a banner year for WWE, but watch Fully Loaded 2000. This is what you've got in store. Taka Michinoku versus Essa Rios. That's on the pre-show. It's fine. Hardcore Championship match, Funaki versus Steve Blackman.
Oof.
Also on the pre-show. You've got light heavyweight championship match on the pre-show. These are all. How big was the pre-show? Right, main card. Hardy Boys and Lita versus Test, Albert and Trish. Really good.
Nice.
Al Snow versus Taz. I swear it's a good event. Eddie Guerrero versus Perry Saturn for the European Championship. Farouk and Bradshaw versus Edge and Christian for the tag belts. Rikishi versus Val Venus in the cage match. If you've seen that.
Amazing match.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
an underrated match that no one ever talks about.
Don't do it, Rikishi. The man's got you'll regret it for the rest of your life. One of JR's best calls is when Rikishi's on top of the cell. Cage. Cell cage.
Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker, which is the most disappointing match.
It's like 7 minutes.
It's the one where Undertaker pulls him, he pins him with a spine buster but pulls him up before 3. He buries him.
Bastard.
Buries. And it was during Kurt Angle's mega push as well.
He does that he does that later in the year as well, does that Survivor Series.
2 Angle.
In a WWF Championship match.
This is why right, everyone said why was Undertaker not on my top 10 wrestlers of all time? And I just can't forgive him for the Dead Man run. I mean the American Badass run. Can't forgive that.
Some good moments.
It was dog shit. Triple H versus Chris Jericho, last man standing. The Rock versus Chris Benoit with Shane McMahon. Really good event, that. Really good. Except for Undertaker, Kurt Angle. Should we move on to the last question?
Sure.
And this is one that was genuinely asked at Holmy-ish. Is ketchup considered a smoothie if tomatoes are a fruit? So tomatoes are fruits. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you pulp it or whatever, the juice, you get ketchup. You get tomato juice, really. No, come on. Don't throw them away. You're going to throw them. Well, you're going to throw them away. Don't throw them. Just give them straight back. Oh, they're warm.
Of course they are. They've been on my hands.
Yeah. You're not going to answer that one?
No.
Last week we answered a silly one. Or we answered our own question instead of a silly one.
I don't want to answer that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's all.
I don't care.
I'll do the outro.
Alright.
Well, that's all the time we've got this week on questions you most want answered. What do you think of any of the questions we've discussed except the last one? Do you have differing opinions to ours, or do you want to tell us that we're right? Leave your comments below in the comments section. But from me and you, Adam the Blompier at
Adam the Blompier. At Jack the Jobber on
_Twitter. The Jobber. If you search at Jack the Jobber, you get an egg profile. He's some guy. He had it before me.
He had it before you.
That's why I had to get the underscore in. Yeah.
Jack the _Jobber.
No, he's just Jack the Jobber.
What's yours?
At Jack _the Jobber. And we'll see you soon. And we'll see you soon. Are you still there?
We're never going to stop doing magazines called wrestling. It's time for issue 4, the first magazine of 2017. And to celebrate, we're looking back on the wrestling year that was, including end-of-year awards for best and worst matches of 2016, best and worst wrestlers of 2016, best and worst feuds, and many more. Also, a gigantic career retrospective on AJ Styles, Dixie Carter's crimes against wrestling, and how WWE should have booked the road to WrestleMania 2016, written by this sexual Catherine Wheel. As ever, the magazine is available now to order at shop.whatculture.com. For the love of God, buy it.